Hi friends. Now I love painting landscapes. It just brings me so much joy. I always imagine myself at that place. And most of the landscapes that I paint, especially my daily ones that I quickly sketch, are not from a picture. It's just how I imagine it or off by head, or I would look at heaps of pictures and then I'll just combine my own and make my own little sketch. But so landscapes are easy for me, and um, I because I like it, I do a lot of tutorials and things in it. But something that challenges me as a watercolor artist is, first of all, going abstract. I really struggle with that because we want it to be perfect so badly, and watercolor you can't. You have to let go of some of that perfection. You have to let the water play with the pigment and just let it be sometimes. But that's a really hard thing about watercolor. We can't control every aspect of it. So for me, it's really stressful to paint abstract. And another thing is to paint flowers because I want them to look perfect and I want them to have all the details that they need, and I want it to be exactly like the picture. But what is the point of that, really? We also wanted to have our own artistic spin on it, and we want something to look unique. So abstract flowers is really difficult for me because I don't know where to stop adding details. Where do I call it, perfect? So today we are doing an abstract Protea, which will be my first abstract one that I'm doing on here on YouTube. Um, and then for the month of August, I will be doing abstract flowers every day. So throughout July, I've been doing houses on the beach, houses in all kinds of houses at a river, wherever. But for August, I am committing to doing abstract flowers, and I'm stressing about it. But um, I have a book with lots of flowers in it, and I'm just going to randomly open up every day and try and recreate those flowers and see how we go. It's really stressful, but if there's one thing that I've learned is painting every day, even if it's a mess, even if it's total chaos, painting every day. Sorry, there was someone walking out there that just caught my eye. Painting every day has really taught me a lot, even though it's sometimes messy and sometimes I make a lot of mistakes, but it's taught me so much. It teaches me every day. It gives me confidence to continue painting, and it also helps me to figure out what I like, what I don't like, what my style is, but it also helps me to grow in my skill. So throughout August, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, Watercolor Wellness, um, if you want to see my journey. But okay, so today we are painting an abstract Protea. Here it is. It's an abstract King Protea. And there you can see it a bit better. There we go. And I wonder if I should give it a background. I think I'll leave it like this for now. And the paints that I've used is my Sennelier Professional paints. So I used a little bit of Payne's grey up here, just a very light mixture. I've used my Pthalo Green for the leaves that I've got. I've used Forest Green, adding a little bit into the leaves. Burnt Sienna for the stem. A little bit of yellow light that I just added at the top of my Protea, and then my Protea is done with the Opera Rose. Okay, beautiful color. And then I've done all of this with my Princeton Neptune number 8 round brush. I used a microfiber cloth to clean my brush on. I used a ceramic palette. This is one that I made myself in a pottery class. And the paper that I used is the Baohong I think it's how you say it, pure cotton watercolor paper, and this is the 380 by 260. So this is a block. Okay. And yeah, so I want to challenge you, do the hard things. Do the things that you are scared to do. Do those things. And it doesn't matter if you don't do them well, as long as you are trying, as long as you are continuously growing. If there is a skill you want to learn, let's do it. So throughout August, you will see me failing horribly or succeeding, but most of all, you'll see me growing and learning a new skill. Okay, so enjoy this tutorial today and let's paint an abstract Protea. I'm terrified, but at least I've done it already, but I was terrified. So follow along with me as I paint this Protea. Enjoy. Start by squeezing a tiny bit of paint from your tubes into a paint palette. For my pink, I'll do I'll squeeze it into 2 different palette holes because I want to have one with lots of water and one that's a bit more pigmented. So that's why I'll have two spaces for my pink. I mix the burnt sienna with water and I start with the stem. I add some darker shading into my stem so that it's not just one color, it has some shade into it. And I also try to make it a little bit bumpy, you don't just want a straight line for it. For my leaves, now different Proteas has got different leaves. This one has got, a king Protea has got more a rounded leaf. So I'll just do shapes like this in different sizes. Adding some of the forest green at the bottom and then adding some of the burnt sienna right at the top of the leaf and blending these two into my leaf. I try to leave a little bit of white space in the middle of the leaf. This just gives it a bit of character, and the brown at the end. Also want my leaves to go in different directions to have a bit of a more natural look. So don't make them all go across from one another, but have some coming from the right going to the left. I'm also not making them all the same size. This one's a bit bigger than the others. I add one here that goes underneath the other one. I think it just adds a bit of character to your painting. I'm not looking at a photo, I'm just kind of following in my head what I think it would look like or have seen it before. So you can have a photo as reference and then just add your own little spin to it, or use this my painting as a reference for you. But also try to be loose and make it your own. So I paint only with water. I'm going to do wet on wet wash, and I'm taking my very saturated opera rose and just following the shape of the Protea. This is a large king Protea and it's open. At the bottom I add more pink and I'm also adding a bit of green. Okay, now go in with more saturated, with more pigmented color, and I want it to kind of run down a little bit just to give these lines. Adding a bit of yellow on the ends. I just like the look. You don't have to add that, but you can also add yellow ochre because that looks it also looks very good at the end of your Protea, just to give it a bit of depth. I'm adding a leaf in here that goes behind my Protea. And it's okay if some of these colors mix into one another. We want to keep it loose and we want to keep it abstract. Okay, now for my second layer, going in again with more pigmented color. This is such a beautiful vibrant pink. Letting it run down a bit, making those points at the end and adding a bit of yellow. Also bringing out some leaves to the side, as I want my Protea to be wide and open. Okay, let each step dry in between before you paint over the next layer so that it's got a bit of definition to it. Okay, next layer, going in again with a bit more pink, just layering on top of the others. Don't make each little petal look exactly the same as the other. Try to put some variation in color, in depth, in size. In depth, I mean in shadows, so make them all a bit different. Okay, and then I clean my brush and I lighten some areas again. Now I add a bit of a different mixture, so I mixed a little bit of yellow into my pink, just for this very last step. Okay, now I'm doing the inside of the Protea, so I'm just going to paint with water only, and then I do a very light mixture of the Payne's grey. I clean my brush and then I'm lightening it again, lifting some of that color so that it's not too dark. The very last step is to add your signature. You can do it in the corner. I've done mine under a leaf over here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram or TikTok. Thank you.